Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your Midday News Fix for Wednesday, the 10th of June. Explosions have been heard in the Iranian city of Sirik as the US carries out strikes in response to an army chopper being shot down. The US Command Centre claims the strikes are an act of self-defence after the downing of an Army Apache helicopter. There's reports Iran has launched missiles and drones towards US targets following the new strikes. CNN senior White House correspondent Kristen Holmes says Donald Trump hasn't wanted to escalate the situation until now, and it's unclear how extensive these strikes are.
You can tell by what CENTCOM is saying here. They are trying to downplay this as a direct response without any kind of extra attacks or any kind of extra military.
Labor's released its first policy in months, pledging to slash public transport costs. It's campaigning on capping weekly bus and train fares at $20 in Auckland, Wellington and Christchurch and $10 everywhere else. Senior political reporter Azaria Howell has more.
All trips beyond the limit would be free. Labor estimates the policy would cost $65 million a year. Party leader Chris Hipkins is promising if the party wins the election, it'll bring it into force from July next year. He says it means cheaper commutes and more money left at the end of the week.
Meanwhile, the Police Minister is again criticising Labor's selection process. Police are reviewing whether senior officer Rakesh Naidu shared sensitive information with Labor while deciding whether to stand for the party. He's 13th on Labor's list, with his bid for Parliament announced on Monday after months of discussion with the party. He informed his manager last week. Mark Mitchell says Richard Chambers is responsible for maintaining neutrality.
The Police Commissioner should have been able to put a plan in place to be able to manage that perception of political neutrality. He was never given that opportunity because Chris Hipkins and Mr Naidu decided that they were better placed.
Support for one aspect of the government's plan to strengthen our energy system. It's doubling down on plans to build an LNG import facility and scrapping a previously announced levy on power bills. The government also plans to increase the fines that power companies would have to pay for failing to secure enough generation during dry years. Smart Energy Alliance spokesperson Andrew Eagles says it's clear our big energy companies need incentives.
This is saying, well, actually, if you get that wrong, there's a $10 million hit, and I think that's logical and it's going to change the dynamic.
Heavy swell warnings have lifted for the Wellington and Wairarapa southern coasts, but drivers should still take care on affected roads. Wairarapa's Cape Palliser Road is still closed from the Hurupi Stream Bridge, and coastal Wellington roads may still have surface debris. Mayor Andrew Little says the swells coincided with a recent discharge of untreated wastewater from Moa Point. He says people should stay out of the water.
I know some people are worried about contaminated sea spray. The public health advice is that it's not expected to be a significant health risk.
To sport, Australian Angus Gardner will control the first of the Super Rugby semi-finals this weekend between the Chiefs and Crusaders in Hamilton. Ben O'Keefe will take charge of the Hurricanes and Blues on Saturday night. A winning return to tennis for Serena Williams after 4 years out. Williams and doubles partner Victoria Mboko have beaten Kiwi Erin Routliffe and Nicole Malachar Martinez at the Queen's Club in London. And former Silver Fern Jane Watson will call time on her netball career at the end of the Australian Super Netball season. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.